how to become a personal trainer, video one of, I'm sure, several more. And we're going to go over 5 particular topics today. I've got it on the board over there. We're starting with number 1, certificate. What should you do for your education? Number 2, where should you work? Number 3, how to get clients. Number 4, how to keep clients. And number 5, opening up your own gym, if that's what you decide to do, or studio or anything like that. So, number 1, and this is coming from a guy, what have I done? I've been doing this for 12 years, and I've run my own business for 10 years, and I've gone through several major upheavals in the industry and economy in the surrounding area, and location and relocation. So business has been around and around and around, but we've managed to stay afloat, we've managed to do well, and we've managed to keep our clients for years and years. So I do have a bit of experience here. Number 1, what cert? It doesn't matter. It does not fucking matter. Personal trainers in general, this is opinion piece a bit, but they care way too much about what certificate they have and where they got it from, and what certificate they're going to use for this arena of training, or this arena of training, or this arena of training. The certificates for personal training are some sort of weird long con, especially in America. You need your certificate to become a personal trainer. It's good to have some overview, and it's good to have some tests and some checks and balances. And you need to recertify every, 2 years. And the reason that you're recertifying is to keep your insurance. And your continuing education to keep your certificate has to be done within the organization that you use. So ACSM, ASM, ISSA, there's so many certs you can be going for. What matters is understanding basic anatomy, understanding biomechanics, how the body moves and why, and the forces acting on it, and understanding the exercises and how to teach them. And in my experience with personal trainers coming out of their education and looking at cert curriculums and taking my own, those things are not covered that well. So you can get a certificate, and if you're in the US especially, you'll need a certificate for insurance purposes. But the biggest and best thing you can do is find someone you can learn under. Find a more experienced personal trainer or a experienced facility that is going to help you with your education. They're going to help you learn how to teach people and teach people well, and they're going to learn you. That was very Norwegian of me. They're going to teach you how to work with the client. They're going to teach you how to identify problems with the client's movement, and they're going to teach you how to overcome those. They're also going to help educate you on understanding the basics of the interactions you're going to have with people and their motivations for doing things. So your education is important. You need to get a certificate. It doesn't really matter where you get it from, online, in person. Some gyms require certain certs, some don't. Get something that is approachable. Get something that is going to give you a decent overview of education. All the certified certs out there are basically the same. People who take them and spend lots of money on them will argue completely differently. Who cares? Then find some place where the staff or the people who own it are going to teach you how to be a personal trainer. That is the best thing that you can do. And a lot of times you can get in these for free for a couple of months and do some work, and you'll be better off than 90% of the people out there. Number 2, where to work and finding work in general. It's not hard to find work in a gym. Gyms are looking for personal trainers all the time. The turnover in this industry, the statistics are between, I think, 70 and 90% of personal trainers end within a year to 3. So the industry has ridiculous turnover, and there's a lot of reasons for that, but bottom line, easy to find a job in most commercial gyms. And if you find a job in a commercial gym, generally they're going to take a portion of your income, and they're going to require certain things of you. So they're going to require certain certs. They might require you to spend some time on the floor, like doing free stuff. They might require you to teach classes. There's a handful of things that go on here, and you can usually negotiate terms depending on what you want to do. If you want to go in and teach group classes, you want to go to a facility. If you want to go in and teach one-on-ones, there's a lot of ways you can do that. Facility is an easy one. They have all the equipment. It's a low barrier starting point, and you can start getting some practice with people that know they want to train. And there's already a social environment that you can interact with there. And that's pretty easy. Or say you're going into the CrossFit realm of things, or the small garage gym style businesses, and the more sort of ghetto side of the industry, which is where I like to live and be, then you generally are going to be working with owners one-on-one, and the people that are running the facilities one-on-one. And they'll have certain expectations of you, and they'll have usually an onboarding process where they're going to educate you in the ways of their facility and the way they want things done. And that's probably the best education you can get, because you're learning more and you're getting more and you'll get to do more. And that's the sort of small studio style gym versus the big Globo gym that you're going to have everywhere, stacks of machines and treadmills and everything. If you're going in there, generally it's, here's a list of people you can call them, talk to people on the floor. You need to train a certain amount of people a certain amount of time. So there's work everywhere. You just need to decide what kind of personal training you want to do, and then find a facility that lets you do that. And number 3, this is the question for personal trainers. How do I get clients? And that's a harder, more involved question. There's a lot of people out there with high degrees of competency, very, very good. And they're, say in this facility, we'll take a generalized big gym, and they're working hard and they have their clients and they get great results, and their people are happy, and they've got 5 clients, and they're barely surviving on a monthly basis. And then you've got Joe Blow over there, who is a massive personality and is doing everything wrong and you know it, but they have 100 clients. What is going on there? Well, Joe Blow can sell himself or herself. They can sell. Personal training is about selling. If you cannot sell, if you cannot go up to a person and talk to them and offer a free introductory offer, that's a great way to get clients, free introduction. Free weekend training, so you can bring in a group of people at a time. That's another great way to get clients. Or friends and family at first. Just say, hey, I would like to train you for free or for a small fee, so I can start getting some practice and I can start understanding how this works and what I want to do and how I want to do it. And then that will lead to more clients, because if people see you succeeding in an arena, they're going to want to be a part of that. And it's easier to sell if you have something in your back pocket. You need to work to get experience before you get experience and get a job, kind of catch-22. But that's what your friends and family are for. They're your test dummies. Work with them, do it for free, and then start working towards selling to people. And you need to be able to give someone a free offer. So you can offer everybody in the facility that you're at, every single client that's in there, say, I will give you 3 free training sessions. And within those training sessions, that is your job as a personal trainer to sell your skills. So you can do that by identifying what that client needs and what that client wants. And you can help them identify a bit of a plan for getting there. And then you can make yourself indispensable by making sure that your skills are being oversold to that person. You are overselling. You're giving as much as you can, because you're going to be doing that your entire career. You're going to give as much as you can to the people that you're taking care of, and more. And you're going to demonstrate that. And if the person doesn't want that, that's fine. You have a lot more people that you're proving to on a daily basis that you give a shit, and that you're skilled, and that you're willing to work with people for free in the beginning to make sure that they're comfortable with you. And you got to do that and do that and do that and do that to build your client base. My other recommendation for that is a free offer. If a client brings in another client and that client signs up, give them free training. That person just brought you someone who's going to be paying you. They're giving you money. Give them something in return. That creates a loyalty base, and it helps you have a low barrier option for new people to come in. You have people that don't have a lot of money. You say, hey, okay, I know you want to train with me, and I know it's a little bit expensive, but hey, how about this? If you bring in 1 client, I give you 5 sessions for free. If you bring in 1 client that signs up for 5 sessions, or signs up for 10 sessions, I give you 5 for free. You've made money on those 5 sessions, and you have a client that's happy that will continue bringing in people because that's how they can keep training. It's a good system and it works. Sell, sell, sell. Be genuine, be yourself, be competent. And then number 4, keeping clients. You got to give a shit. You can't be a personal trainer that succeeds and not care. It's impossible. Because people are coming to you and they're trusting you with their health, they're trusting you with their well-being, and for some people, they're trusting you with their interactions with the world. You're going to have people that want to play with their kids and run around and do the things with their kids, and if you screw them up because you suck or you don't care, well, fuck you. Get out of the industry. You're not worth it, and you're dangerous, and frankly, I hate you. And I should, because if someone is trusting you with their health and their well-being, then you need to deliver all the time, consistently. If they have a problem, seek it out. If you can't fix it, find somebody who can. Create a network. Over-deliver to your clients on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis. And if you're having a hard time and you can't do that, you can tell your clients, hey, you know what? This life stuff is happening right now. I can't deliver as much as I want to right now to you, but I'm going to deliver as much as I can. And for 99.9% of the world, that is more than enough. And for the one person that that's not enough for, you don't want them as a client anyway. They're taking too much. They're taking too much. They're taking too much. They're just going to take and take and take and take and take. So the people who are human will understand. And you will interact with them on a human level, and you will deliver consistent results in line with your clients' needs, and you will create a community by interacting with these people and genuinely giving a shit. And it's very easy to keep clients because your clients become friends. That's how it works. Your clients become friends, and then you start to rely on each other. You start to want to see that person, and you create these really real, meaningful relationships that last over time. Not everyone will. Not everyone's going to have that, but by and large, that's what happens if you give a shit and you really care about the people that you're dealing with. And most people that want to be a personal trainer, they care. They want to see people succeed. And so really what you just have to do is be a person, treat the other person like a person, and give them more attention in detail than they're getting from other places. It's that easy and that hard. But again, persistence and hard work. It's the only way you're going to succeed at anything, and especially in this industry, it's the only way you'll stay above everything else. And then number 5, opening your own gym, becoming a personal trainer. You've gone through all these things, and then a lot of people, this is a whole 60-movie series potentially, but opening your own gym, opening your own facility. I'll give you the highlights. Start very small. Have a good contract. Have good insurance. Don't overinvest in equipment. We'll go over those real quick. Start very small. You think you need 100 clients to operate, and you have 20 right now. You can change and alter your hours in whatever, in a what we could say like a 50 square meter area to house 100 clients. You could do that fairly easily. It'd suck. So you have 100 clients, maybe you want 150, 200 square meters. But you go and get a 300, 400, 500 square meter area because that's what you think you need and what you'll have in the future. Well, all of a sudden you're paying a tremendous amount of money as overhead and barely making things meet, and you have a fairly empty gym because it's huge. So start smaller, sign a contract for 2 years, and understand at the end of those 2 years, you can sign a new contract or and stay kind of where you are, or you're upscaling, you can move to another location. Or if you want to stay very small, you can stay in a very small area. So understand the size you want now and how you're going to grow that, and then you can get the right facility for your needs at this time. Then, oh God, what do we have? I didn't write this down. So you had the size of the facility, equipment. It's so easy to overinvest in equipment. Buy used. Gyms go broke and bust all the time. All the time. Any economic upheaval in Corona right now, gyms are failing left and right. You can find flooring, you can find dumbbells, you can find racks, you can find machines. Cheap. Very cheap. So figure out what you need. Get enough for your client bases and for things to be nice, and don't overinvest. People don't care about your cert. People don't care about what brand of equipment you have. They don't give a shit. They want the place to be clean. They want the place to feel good. They want to be able to do their workouts the way that you have structured them without having to fight for equipment or wait for long periods of time. Other than that, they don't care. No one gives a shit. So you shouldn't really give a shit either. Buy safe, solid things, and if they're secondhand, you might need to do a little bit of maintenance on them. That's okay. That's a good way to start. And then what do we have? Insurances. Make sure you're covered. Make sure you're covered for sickness. Make sure you're covered for theft, fire, swarms of locusts, all these things. The insurances won't be that high. But just make sure you're covered and you're protected. This is more of an American side of things. But living in Norway here, even I have business insurances. So if someone breaks in and steals all my stuff, impressive, number one, that's a lot of weight, and then sets fire to my area, then I'm covered. It's okay. I'll get my money back. It'll suck for a while, but I'll get my money back. And then you can feel protected and feel good about things. But the whole facility thing, that's gonna be another video. So we'll recap real quick. Your cert doesn't really matter. Find one that works for you. Find someone to help educate you, and that'll take the learning curve off the industry. Number 2, where to work. Figure out what client population you want to work with and how you want to work with them. And then you can find what facility you want to work in, whether that's a very small studio, a sort of CrossFit style gym, or something in between, or one of the sort of big Globo style gyms. There's not a lot of, you're sort of anonymous when you work there, so you can really build yourself in those places pretty easily, but there's less guidance. And then we have number 3, getting clients. Start with friends and family for free, and start by giving people free offers for, say, a free week or 2 of training. Use that time to upsell to them and over deliver. And then you'll start to build your client base. Have a program that enables you to offer free training to clients that bring in new clients. And then you have number 4, keeping clients. Be a genuine goddamn human being who gives a shit about the people you're working with on a daily basis. Cannot stress that enough. And I will stress again, if that is not you, get out of the industry, because you're doing more harm than good. And then number 5, operating your own gym. Huge process, but make sure that you have good insurance. You start small and you buy secondhand equipment or equipment that's not too expensive, as long as it's safe. That way you'll be able to start very simply, grow over time. So that is the basic entry to how to be a personal trainer. More questions? Ask them below. I will answer your questions for days. I love it. So keep asking questions.